Okay, I want to welcome everyone to the October 1st meeting of the Unionville Town Board. We'll start out with a salute to the flag, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Okay, can I have a motion to approve the minutes for August 6th and August 20th, please?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor of that?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you. Our salt shed is nearly complete. They started the electrical on it this past Monday. That is about all that's left. They did the paving late last week. And it's just about ready to go. I think we'll be in good shape for the season to get the salt inside. I've been working on the budget with our accountant here, and I also attended a Association of Towns workshop on budget preparation. I want to extend my thanks to our accountant and the department heads for helping out with the budget work. Work is starting on the cell tower. I got a note today that they're having the property surveyed.
Oh, good, good.
So I pulled out the contract, and there's a couple things in there that I am not clear on. I wanted to have a little discussion on that under old business.
All right.
If we can add that to the agenda.
Certainly.
Motion on that.
So moved.
Second. All in favor of adding that to the old business? Opposed? Okay, thank you. And that's the extent of my report. Councilman Welch.
Okay, I've been reviewing our preliminary budget. Things look appropriate. I noticed we got hit hard with health cost insurance going
Right.
up. Really hit us hard there. Otherwise, pretty conservative numbers all the way through it. Also, I would like to read something very short regarding the fire company and the recycling center. In their continuing efforts for recruitment, the Unionville Fire Company will again be at the Unionville Recycling Center this coming Saturday, October 4th, from noon till 3 p.m. Members encourage all who use the center to please engage in conversation with our volunteers. We're always happy to share their story with you and answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Councilman Derlin?
Not really much to report other than what John was talking about with the budget.
Okay. Councilman McGivney?
I attended the horse show this weekend. Was a great event. Fire department was there providing food for purchase as a fundraiser. The equestrian center looks great. The Parks Department was able to paint the fence. Came out really good. Looks great. It was a great event overall. That's all I have. Oh, and
The new sign, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
the
really
Albrecht
good.
signs, yeah. Okay, thank you. Town clerk report.
So we've just been working on finalizing the new website, which I believe is going to go out, next week. So we're really excited. It looks so much better than our current website. It's very professionally done. So we're just reviewing and fine tuning all the pages to make sure it's ready. And that's all I have.
Right, and we'll also be launching our new .gov address at the same time.
Yeah. So also just a side note for residents and anyone that emails us, whether you email the @unionvilleny.us or @unionvilleny.gov, which will be the new suffix, they'll all be captured. So no one has to be worried about sending it and it getting returned.
Right, the old address will continue to be forwarded to the new address.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good planning.
That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Recreation Department, would you mind reading that, Councilman Welch?
Certainly. Okay, town board update as of 10/1/25 from Recreation. On Friday, October 17th, we will host our annual Halloween movie night at the band shell. Patrons can enjoy this free event and start off the fall season watching a spooky themed movie in the park after the sun is down. There will be a food truck serving food and drinks before and during the movie, and we encourage visitors to bring chairs or a blanket to sit on. The movie will start approximately 6:30 PM. We recommend that you dress warm for the chilly evening. More information can be found on our social media pages and the Parks and Recreation website. All dates for our TGTT program are open for registration. Students K through 5 can enjoy their times off at Timor Park with their friends, playing games, making crafts, hiking the trails, and theme days. For more information and to register, please visit the Park and Recreation website.
Okay, thank you. Councilman Derland, would you like to read the park report?
Sure. Park report for October of 2025, preparing parks vehicles and equipment for upcoming winter season, scheduling update for main parks building fire detection system and repairs to the fire detection system for the equipment shed. Oktoberfest is set up and taken down. The event went very well. Had debrief to include small adjustments for next year.
Okay, thank you. All right. Any public comment on agenda items? Okay. We have a land conservancy presentation here by Emily Kelderhouse regarding the Roberts Farm, which was formerly the Wisman Farm on Wisman Road. If you could, do you need the, yeah, you're gonna need the microphone there if you want to grab it or,
Sure.
It swivels around if you want.
yeah,
back or something?
This will be fun. Does this work?
yeah,
Perfect.
okay,
Great.
thank you.
Well, thank you so much for having me. Like you said, my name's Emily. I'm with the Duchess Land Conservancy. The Duchess Land Conservancy is making an application to the New York State Department of Ag and Markets to fund the purchase of the development rights to protect Robert's Farm, owned by Robert Mazzella, who's here today. I just saw. Robert has been stewarding these lands since 1998 and has worked to keep the land in production and contribute to the overall agricultural community of the town and the county. Today, Robert runs the farm primarily as a hay operation. One of the application requirements is for our land trust to obtain a letter of endorsement from the town, which is why we're in front of you presenting today. I'd provided a letter in advance for you to review. You are more than welcome to edit or change the letter as you see fit. We just find that it might be a little easier for you if we give you something to go off of to save you some time. I also just want to make clear that, while our goal is to place an easement on the land and protect it in perpetuity, doing so does not remove the property from the town's tax rolls in any way. So that's a common misconception that I just want to make clear. So I'll tell you a little bit more about the property and its natural resources and value. But first, I just wanted to mention conflicts of interest. The state requires that we address this when we talk to you. And so we respectfully request that anybody with a conflict actually leaves the room during this discussion, any discussion and any potential vote. So if anybody does have a conflict of interest, would you be able to let me know? No? Great. Makes things easy. So looking at this map now, Robert's Farm is approximately 200 acres. And as you said, it's located on Wisman Road. As you can see up in the top corner there are some other DLC protected lands outlined in or filled in blue, some government protected lands just to the northwest of the property. Here's Robert's Farm, right? All of the DLC protected lands, and the ground is other government protected land, so it kind of is in this little gap. It's just a close-up aerial of the property. So as I mentioned, Robert has owned and operated the farm since 1998, and it was originally a dairy known as Wisman Farm, as you mentioned. Since transitioned primarily to a commercial hay operation, and well over half the acreage is dedicated to the farm operation. As you can see here, all these open fields. There are some wooded areas and wetlands, but most of the open fields is dedicated to the current farm operation. The property consists primarily of open, expansive farm fields with some small area of woodlands. Almost half a mile of the Jackson Creek runs through the property, as well as nearly a mile of tributaries to the Jackson Creek. And approximately 6 acres of the property are within a 100-year floodplain, and there's about 40 acres of wetlands that surround the stream segments. As you can see here on the map, about 85% of the property contains prime and statewide important agricultural soils. So it's really well suited for agricultural use, which it's currently in. So lastly, I'll just give a little bit of how the protection of this agricultural land and open space aligns with the town of Unionvale's goals. So the town's master plan includes a vision statement to maintain the rural character of the town through the preservation of open space. They list goal 1 to be the preservation of rural character, to conserve the natural resources, native vegetation, and wildlife of the town, which includes agricultural uses such as dairy farms, horse stables, vineyards, forests, and crop farms. Strategies to achieve the goals include prioritizing the purchase of development rights, including working with the state and county to acquire conservation easements. And the Duchess Land Conservancy is specifically called out in the master plan as a partner organization able to assist in the protection of land as a resource for the town to facilitate the work envisioned in that plan. So we really feel that the protection of the property is a worthy effort, and would benefit Unionvale overall. We hope you do too. Thank you again for letting me speak briefly to you tonight. Does anybody have any questions about this?
You mentioned that it doesn't affect the tax base at all.
Mm-mm.
Doesn't even reduce it or anything.
No, so it doesn't have any effect on tax rolls.
It's already got an ag on it anyway, I guess, right?
Yeah. I mean, depending on if it's getting an ag exemption or things like that. But as far as the conservation easement itself goes, it wouldn't change anything on the tax rolls.
Okay. They're going to be looking for a letter of support. I had said she could give a presentation tonight. We'd have the next 2 weeks here to consider and then vote on doing that letter for you at our next meeting, which
Okay.
is October 15th.
Okay,
All right.
great.
Well, thanks for coming out.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
very nice. Thank you.
Okay. That brings us to the budget. We got it in on time, and overall, we are under the 2% cap, tax cap. We did have to do a, slight raise of things because we've been facing increases for a number of years. And we just can't absorb that any further, and still meet our obligations. I've got highlights here. I'll make a copy of this for each of you after the meeting. This was all put together with input from department heads on what they would require to run their departments. We received the fire department budget plan, and that's at 1.7%. And the majority of that is due to a very large increase in the hired EMS service. Our expenses, we've got a 2% salary increase for elected officials, 3% salary increase for the remainder of the town employees, with the exception of 2 who didn't receive their increases last year due to the budget amendments. Those 2 employees have been brought up to where they would be, had they been in line with everyone else. There was a 9% increase on our cyber insurance, 9.5% increase on health benefits. There's a 16% increase in retirement costs, 12% increase on Medicare contributions. Workers' compensation is flat since we took the 3-year contract.
Yeah.
I think that was a wise choice. We're being required to broadcast planning and zoning board meetings going forward. So I put some funds in for that, $4,800 to cover broadcasting those meetings. We added George Kolb, our building inspector, in as a consultant. We're also looking at the building department fees and have compared them with surrounding towns, and we are at a much lower rate. So we may make some adjustment to try and offset some of the costs of the consulting fees. I have a chart that we're going to have to look at pretty close on that, but we'll bring that on for the next meeting. We have the funds to cover the new attorney through the end of the season or end of the year. I did zero out the library line and I put the funds in contingency. When we get control of that line back, then we can move it to where it needs to be. But without having control of that line, I wasn't comfortable putting money in it, especially based on the results of the poll last election. We had to put in almost 11,500 for updating the code books that haven't been updated through the years.
I mean, for code publishers?
When the codes had been changed,
Yeah, they didn't.
the
publish
code books were
update.
never updated.
Yeah.
So we have to do,
Do we have to do that?
well, in order for our code books to be accurate, yeah.
But it's all online. Do we really?
Well, this just includes the online update as well.
But could we skip the book printing part and just do it on?
That's something we can discuss.
Because it would be everything is digitized
Right.
now.
We can discuss that.
If we could save money, I would like to discuss it.
Sure. Okay, on the revenue side, we looked at the 4-year trends and made adjustments with the vendors that we have given us increased amounts. And, looked at the trends to see where we were and how we would fall out. So that's how we came up with the revenue side of things. We're increasing the summer camp fees by 2% to offset the salary increase. There's also an increase in minimum wage for 2026.
Yeah, you gotta.
So we have to meet that. So the user fees are going to cover that rather than the taxpayers. Also an increase on the TGTT program for the same reason. We're looking at increase in the rental fees on the rooms and facilities here
Yeah.
slightly, again, to keep up with the salary costs of maintaining them.
Yes.
We also included the solar rental as revenue, which hasn't been done in the past. And the municipal search building fees, we're going to increase that by $100 because of the time that's actually involved in doing those. And I've already mentioned that we're looking at the remainder of the permit fees to get them to where they cover the cost of the inspections. George has mentioned that some projects require far more attention than others do. But it was a flat rate on the fee.
Yeah.
So we're kind of breaking that up to.
The better user fee then.
Right, yeah. So the users are paying for the
That's what-
service, yep. We haven't put the cell tower revenue in yet, and that's what I want to discuss in the executive, or not the executive session, the cell tower discussion coming up. And again, we've had increases in operating expenses every year. And we just can't keep up with the zero increase on taxes. It's unsustainable and still being able to meet the obligations that the town has. We are at 1.9% on an increase to the taxpayers. And that is subject to change based on our discussions going forward.
Okay.
I noticed that you haven't had this long. When next meeting's in 2 weeks. And if you feel the need to schedule any additional meetings, by all means, let me know. We'll set that up and discuss it. There any questions on it to this point?
Not quite yet.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Okay. I meant to ask in the beginning, the attorney would like to have an executive session at the end of the meeting to discuss a prior legal, issue that we've been talking about. So I'd like to add that after the motion to pay bills.
Okay, I'll make a motion. We add that executive session.
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor of that?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you. So that brings us to the old business, which is the cell tower. I mentioned I was looking at the contract to see when we should start charging the rent fee on that.
Mhm.
With the board's approval, I'd like to have the attorney look at that to help me out with it.
Sure.
Because I have my own idea on what it says, but I want to make sure that that's what it
Mhm.
says. It looks like it starts six months after the date of start, which, and that's something that I don't know if that's defined in there. Data
Instruction?
commencement.
Yeah, you don't have to survey.
Instructions?
Yeah,
Or-
does this,
Survey. the
Signing?
actual
does this survey,
Equipment arriving.
yeah, constitute the,
I'll take a look at it.
yeah, that's, there's some things that are gonna have to
Yeah.
get sorted out. And I'd like to get that income coming as soon as we
Yeah,
can,
yeah.
so. Yeah, I think it's motion to have you review it or just,
You could. I don't think it's 100% necessary. That the board wants me to look at it, and there's a consensus of the board for me to look at it, then I.
sounds like there is. Any
Town
objection?
lawyer, so
Let's put it this way, any objection?
Yeah.
To having the attorney look at the contract,
it's a good idea.
okay. Any other questions about the cell tower?
So they're looking to start moving ahead with it, right? Start
Yeah,
construction.
all the paperwork has been done. They want to do this survey and then I believe when they pull the building permit, that's when
Okay.
the
Yeah.
clock will
And
start.
unfortunately, they'll go to Beekman for that.
No, because it's, that's what the thing in court was about.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Even though it's in the town of Beekman?
right, it's our
Decommissioned building?
property. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the Monroe rule.
We become lead agency, correct?
There was a lawsuit that was filed,
Right,
prior to my being here. But, the result of that lawsuit was that, it was within the town of Unionville's jurisdiction, is I believe what the.
So our building inspector can
Right.
oversee it? Oh, great.
yeah.
I can probably find that decision.
That's all right.
Yeah, no,
I'll take a
I
look.
remember that being pretty clear
Yeah.
about that. That's what the whole lawsuit was
Without that,
about.
we could have started the whole,
Right,
home rule,
True,
request.
yeah.
For
right.
the special legislation stuff.
Okay. Any public comment on town issues? Okay, a motion to pay the bills.
So move.
A second on that, please.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you.
Make a motion, we go into executive session.
Yes, we're gonna, motion to move into executive session to discuss a legal matter.
You made the motion, John. I'll
Yeah.
second it.
All in favor of that?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, there will be no further business when we return. You're welcome to stay if you like, but, we'll return shortly. Thank you. Okay, motion to return from executive session to regular meeting.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. We did not spend any money or make any business decisions. And like to have a motion to pay the bill, please.
Didn't we do that already?
Yeah.
Oh, did I? I
Yeah,
do?
we did.
Yeah.
We did before. we went-
Oh, okay. Yep, you're right. I did. So the next meeting, the only thing I didn't do is mention the next meeting. That is October 15th here at 7:30 PM. So now I'll have a motion to adjourn.
So move.
So moved.
All fair.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed. Thank you. Thanks for coming, folks.
30 minutes.